Konnichiwa, Toreishi desu. This is your motivational study break with My Nihongo lessons. Today we are exploring 5-minute kanji training for grade 1. 皆さん、こんにちは. I'm very excited to start this new series. So we are starting a new kanji series here on my Patreon called 5-minute training. It comes from this series of books. There we go. You see this one is called 5時間 Training Kanji. And this kanji book is for the first half of first grade. I love using authentic documents. So back in 2013 and 2014, when I was an interpreter with the steel industry here in Kansas City, I would often go to Japan for meetings. And while I was there, I'd find my way to a secondhand bookstore where I would find all these wonderful workbooks. And I've kept them around for a long time, and I've decided it's time to start using them. And I thought no better place to do it than on my Patreon. I love authentic documents. Now, authentic documents means that these are written by native speakers for native speakers. So this isn't written for a foreign learning community, but we can use it as long as we keep in mind that what we are finding in here was not written for outside non-Japanese speaking people to understand. Okay, it was written for, in this case, it was written for first graders to learn about their own language. Okay, so let's get started. I'm so excited. This is what the page looks like inside the book. So in the book, it's kind of long and skinny. Okay, so our first page will always look like this. And I won't give an explanation like this all the time, just in this first video. So let's take a look at this chart. Already we can see something that is unique to this book, to the Japanese language. Remember, we're looking at authentic documents, so this is unique to the Japanese language. At least it's very different from English. Okay? So we have a chart, and we have a chart with something across the top, and then we have headings on the side. Notice where our headings are. Our headings are on the right side, not the left side. Okay? I think if I were to make this chart in English, it would definitely have the headings on the left, on the left and go to the right, where this one is on the right and it goes to the left. Let's read the headings going down. They will be like this for every time we have this video. Kanji, yomi, kakikata to tsukaikata, kotoba. Kanji, obvious. Yomi, this is the reading of the character. These will be written in hiragana or katakana. Kakikata to tsukaikata. Kakikata refers to how it is written. I'm going to say stroke order. And tsukaikata, how it's used, which is like an example sentence or example phrase. In the last row, kotoba, are a few more example words. So we have a phrase up above and then some more words down below. When I'm doing this, I'm going to start with one character and we're going to read down. So we'll start here. Our first character is small. Small. Now you can go ahead and take notes on this. If you want to stop anytime and take notes, that's fine. Small. Small is pronounced yomi wa chi. Chi. Notice we have some hiragana that are in red. This indicates that those hiragana are telling us how to pronounce this character. Okay? Japanese kanji have 2 to 12 pronunciations. Yay! So how do I know what it is? When two kanji are side by side, about 90% of the time, they're going to speak in their native language with each other. And what's the native language of kanji? Chinese. Okay? So they're going to speak Chinese to each other, or Sino-Japanese, which is the Japanese approximation of the Chinese sounds that that character had when it came over to Japan in a specific word. Okay? So it's not Chinese, but it's kind of like Chinese. So we're going to say that's their native language. Okay? But if that character has an entourage of hiragana characters, that means that this pronunciation depends on who is following the character. In this case, we have sai, and when I see the small character plus sai, I know that the word is chisai. Chisai. Next row. This is the kakikata, the stroke order. Stroke order is just like spelling. If you are using a touchpad to search for a kanji in an electronic dictionary or some other resource, you must know the correct stroke order in order to find the correct character that you are looking for. Think of this like spelling. When you learn a character, you should also learn the stroke order. And I promise it gets easier and becomes second nature very quickly. Okay, so here we have, it's a 3-stroke character. We start in the middle line, then 2 on the side. Chisana neko is our example sentence. Chisana neko. Now notice it doesn't end in des. Why? That's how we would write it for the foreign learning community. These are for first graders, and first graders are going to speak a very familiar way with family and parents. So a lot of times children's books are not quite suitable for foreign learners at the very beginning because of that. But once you understand how to make direct style sentences, then it's not a problem. But if you're just learning, that might seem a little confusing right now. So let's just work on kanji and pronunciation, okay? Very last one. Some words using this kanji. Chisai, chisana. Big, big. O, o. In a word, oki, oki. It's 3 strokes, starting with the horizontal line. Okina heya, okina heya, a big room. And bottom, kotoba, oki, okina. Hand, hand. Te, te. This is a 4-stroke character. All the horizontal lines first, and then end with the vertical line. Te o hikaku. Te o hikaku. Let's look at the words. Te, tebukuro, a mitten. Tekubi, your wrist. Dog, dog. Notice that it's 1 extra dot from big. Big plus a dot is dog. Is this a big dog, maybe? Inu, inu. It has 4 strokes. Okina inu, okina inu. Down below. Inu, inugoya, doghouse. Tree, tree. This is a 4-stroke character, very similar to big, but not quite. Notice how the stroke order, they both start with the horizontal, but things change up then after that. Ki, ki. Ki o ueru, ki o ueru. Plant a tree. Down below. Ki, kinobori, kigori. Okay, now the second part of this lesson, we have several example sentences. Okay, and so we'll go one by one, we'll look at it, and then I'll read what it is. Ready? Chisana neko ga iru. Chisana neko ga iru. There you go. 大きな猫もいる。大きな猫もいる。猫が手を控えた。猫が手を控えた。大きな犬がいる。大きな犬がいる。犬が木の下にいる。犬が木の下にいる。How did you do? So, that is what this series is going to look like for the Yomi portion of this book. Now, there is another portion that comes after this called Kaki, and that is for an exclusive Patreon for those who are at my $3 and higher level. So there's some exclusive stuff there where we're going to be working on the writing of kanji, but every week you'll get 5 more characters as we go through this first grade book. And I'll see you next time. またね。皆さん、よくできました。Join me on Patreon for new lessons every week, downloadable resources, and live study support. And a special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. ありがとうございます。Please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss another Marugoto goal. And please share this with a friend because studying a language is always better with a buddy. またね!